Hey everybody. Happy 4th of July weekend. I have the programming here. I'm going to do a little video going over it. Try to be brief because I think I only have a certain amount of time on this screencast software. I started writing text for the first week before I became privy enough to handle this software. So all of this stuff in the first week I'd probably just like kind of reiterate. Um, I don't have anything for the last day. Um, it's uh, it's just a typical classic Metcon and an Ole complex. Um, the bar can return to the ground in between the overhead squat and the squat snatch. Athlete can reset. This burpee complex comes up a little bit in the warm up. It's the 6-6-6-6 burpee complex. It's described here and here. So that's the first week. They can go for a max here if they're new or if they haven't maxed in a while or they're feeling good, but they don't have to necessarily build to an absolute max. You have a tiny, tiny class and you want to put people on a GHD sit up here, you can do that. All right. All right, here's the second week, so I don't have any text here. This is a monostructural day, run interval day. It's a pretty generous time cap. I think if you have beginners, you can adjust their distances and keep the rest the same for them. Um, this is a continuation of our Oli cycle. They're gonna come from the ground today for their cleans. They've been hang cleans the whole time or hang power cleans. This might be an event. You'd have to ask Jeff and Molly. There may be some special event for Grace. That's why it's here, right, the week after Gretel. I know that probably looks kind of weird, but that's what that's for. Here's a goat day. For the ring muscle ups, I'd like to try to get a push and a pull. For the bar muscle ups, I think it's more of just kind of a sweeping pull. So I don't really typically try to doctor that up, but if you want to have them do um, like 2-to-1 pull-ups and dips or ring dips or something like that for the ring muscle ups, I think that's fine. It's an Ole complex. This is a snatch. The wall walks stay the same, and you go up reps by one each time. This snatch for this Thursday can be any style. So it can be a power snatch. I think most people should power snatch. It can also be a squat snatch. We do want them to build to a max today. They have a bunch of singles to do that. This workout is a split however workout. Two partners, one working at a time. They'll do 3 rounds of a 1,500-meter row and 30 bench press at 165, 115. I don't expect people to necessarily have to attack the bench press in more than sets of 5, so challenge the load there a little bit for people. Plus, they can have their partner there to spot them. If you can't run it with benches, you can do a floor press instead. Um, that 6-6-6-6 burpee complex comes up again. Okay, so this thruster is at a tempo of an 8-second negative from the top of the rep, a 0-second pause in the bottom of the hole or the bottom of the squat, like a normal explosion tempo, like speed thruster up, and then a 1-second pause at the top. You could take the bar from the rack or you can clean it, but the first the first rep, the descent will only be 4 seconds because you're not going to start with it overhead. So you're going to start in the front rack and you're going to descend 4 seconds, pop out of the bottom, thruster at a normal speed, descend 4 seconds to your shoulder, boom, and then the other 4 seconds down in the bottom of the squat. There's only 2 to 3 reps for 5 sets. They can add weight there. Shrimp squat progressions They can do a number of things. I think that the hardest thing to do is for them to hold their foot. They can do basically just a reverse lunge with a load out in front. Then they can do a reverse lunge where they lift their toe off the ground with the load out in front. They can wrap a band around their foot, and then they can try to hold their foot. Ring dips can be subbed for bar dips here. Hang power snatch, this heavy day is set at an interval, so every 2 minutes you're going to do a snatch building. Try to build the whole time if you can. Um, and we have 10 reps. So everybody should finish that at the same time, so then they can all start the Durante core at the same time. And we'll just do a 12-minute cap or 5 rounds. Dumbbell bench press. So here the ring muscle ups go up by 1 and the medicine ball cleans go up by 5. And it's just an ascending ladder until 12 minutes is up. The banded clean pull with long arms, so they don't actively pull the elbows up. It's not a high pull or a panda pull. It's a big shrug with a long loose arm with a band resisted on the bar there. It's a pretty traditional Metcon. The bar is going to come off the ground for that. This is a long Metcon. You and your partner would run the 800-meter run together, and then you would alternate full rounds. So I would do 10 handstand push-ups, 20 box jumps, and a 24-calorie row. And then my partner would do 10 handstand push-ups, box jumps, and then the calorie row. And then once we do 10 total rounds, so 5 each, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we both run an 800 together. It has a long cap. I mean, they can sub handstands with maybe 3 wall climbs. They can do Z presses. They can do box pike handstand push-ups. Can abbreviate the range of motion. I don't think the handstand push-ups necessarily need to be unbroken, but I think that with the rest, you should probably be able to knock these out in 2 or 3 sets at most every time. Okay, that's a very heavy version of Fran, obviously. It's pretty clear. All right, cruising along. Let's see. We have a snatch ladder here. So there are 4 barbells. The barbell you start with, you do 10 reps. It can be a power snatch or a squat snatch. I think power is preferred when you can do it. After 10 reps, you rest 1 minute and you change your weight. You do 10 reps at the second weight, you rest 1 minute, you do 10 reps at the third weight. If you're still under the time cap, you rest a third minute, and then you AMRAP reps at the fourth weight. So you'd have 3 or 4 loads on your bar for that workout, and you would have that minute to change loads there. There's a front rack reverse lunge, the same weight across. This is supposed to be fewer sets than the 12 was the other day, so they could hopefully go a little heavier with load. Then Karen is 150 wall balls for time. Um, 20. And then everybody, I think, knows it's 10 and 9 feet. Here's another partner workout. You can split this however, but only one person works at a time. 2K row, 20 wall walks, 25 strict pull-ups. 1K row, 16 wall walks, 20 strict pull-ups, and a 500-meter row, 12 wall walks, and 15 strict pull-ups. We'll max our power clean today. That will be the continuation of that 8-week positional cycle. If you're continuing to hit weight after your third single, you can keep doing singles. It's a pretty traditional Metcon with a moderate weight deadlift and a toe to bar. This is a very aggressive workout. You have to go really, really fast from the get-go. Because it's so short, if you have an equipment backup with the 50s or the 35s, you can actually run heats. I would do some sort of primer to get them going. They shouldn't go at this cold. There's a dumbbell bench press preceding it. It's 12 burpee box jump overs. That's going to be facing the box at um, 24 inches and 20 inches. And then you're going to do 11 dumbbell box step overs with the same box. Then you're going to do 10 devil's breaths with the dumbbells. Then you're going to work your way back up that cycle there with 11 dumbbell box step overs and 12 burpee box jump overs. Thruster from the ground, so 30 thrusters, 5 ring muscle ups, 20 thrusters, 10 ring muscle ups, 10 thrusters, 15 ring muscle ups. Try to get a push and a pull there. All right, last week, let's see. This is one of the workouts from the online qualifier and last chance one. It's an alternating hang dumbbell snatch. So we are going to build to a set of 8. So that's 4 on each arm, as heavy as you can go from the hang. We're going to test that lunge that we've been working on. This is reps total. So that would be 5 per leg, 4 per leg, 3 per leg, 2 per leg, 1 per leg, so on. And again, if the athlete is successful with the last double or single on each leg, which is really what that is, then the athlete can add another set. We got another goat day. We have a day where the gymnastics get increasingly more difficult, which can be tricky to scale, but just keep that theme in mind. Whatever the gymnastics are, they should be increasingly more difficult as the workout goes on. I know some people might be a little bit better at a slight deficit with a kip than they are at a strict, but the idea is that the workout gets more difficult. So they can build to a 3-rep max here if they are new or it's been a while or they're feeling great. We don't want them to bounce, but we want the reps to be touch and go. So don't let them bend their elbows or throw the bar into the ground or anything like that. We have just another pretty traditional Metcon here. The ankle bias split squats are just like basically you're doing a lunge in place, trying to force your mobility into your front ankle. If they squat clean the weight for this Friday, then that's their first front squat. So that could be a squat clean plus 6 and plus 3 and so on. This is challenging. I thought you had to do a 2-hand touch, but I watched some people do this weekend, and it looks like you can do a 1-hand touch. So we can kind of set people up not only against the wall, but on the rig or by a ring or something where they can jump up and touch a foot above their standing reach. It is challenging. We did it in Virtuosity. All right, so I think that's it. Let me go back to the first week really quick thematically. We're continuing and finishing the Ole position cycle. We're gonna test the lunge. We're still doing benching, but we've kind of not really been super specific with the reverse cluster. We went into some dumbbell work towards the end of this, and there are quite a few partner WODs, which I've kind of used as some of the interval training in addition to that monostructural run day. If you guys have any feedback, let me know. The cool downs are going to be breath work stuff, and I am about 1 chapter from finishing the book, so I will try to get that in, obviously, before we have to implement them. And if there's any more explanation that needs to accompany those, I'll try to send some videos as well. I think after this, we might look at doing a conjugate strength cycle. And if anybody has any feedback or ideas that they are hearing from the community, you can pass that along. All right, sweet, 15 minutes. Y'all have a great weekend. I'm going to get this out by 8 a.m. tomorrow and then get the cool downs in by tomorrow evening. And I will see you all when I come back on Monday. Um, Bye.